light's on that side, so excuse it. There we go. In the bad light angle, my son. Papa. How do we get you in there correctly? We'll have to lighten it up later, won't we? All in my mouth. Let me get down like that. Anyways. Today. Oh! I am messing up. See? That's why you can't put me on camera. Please don't repeat that, because that sure was something. Maybe I won't even put that in. We'll see. Maybe in bloopers or something. Anyways. Today. Another day of stepping out of the way. And it's crazy how you say that. I don't even feel like I just stepped out of the way because I've already done that. Rehearsal of that. So now it's more than natural too. That it feels because me feeling naturally had me feel my gifts in the first place. So it's no longer just feeling natural. It's simplicity. I don't know if I said that already. And it's becoming more, not just my life, but my whole being of what I've always have been being. It's just more my realization of it. Because people always told me something. So with that being said, we must start teaching our generations to really go back to listening. Doesn't mean we can't have our fun, doesn't mean we can't have the things that go on, but there needs to be time where we really center ourselves to listen to each other. If we can incorporate all the other things we do, fun, not fun, sitting around, it's important that we go around the table. And not necessarily like mom, pop, older sister, next brother, little brother. Now, little brother, it's your turn. It's more like who needs it more together. And if we incorporate that in our lives more often with each other, even with ourselves, because we set ourselves down on our own table and only sometimes allow one person to talk within ourselves when we know there's me. And it's just really just organizing that one that really is just the one that you are to announce that we all are going to listen to one another and be one. It's just crazy how he puts everything together with him. That's why I don't be tripping on things, because everything is with him, especially if I desire. It's not a desire, just something that I've always known, that the knowing just got greater because I've gotten older in the sense of how I wanted the information to come to me, to know him in a different light, instead of just knowing that he already gives me all that information, which he does, and I do use throughout my life, but it would be boring if I just knew all my gifts from John. But development, we all know, is something magical, and that even starts within the womb. Stop doing that, please. Starts in the womb. You know, that's magical. So, I mean, with yourself, it always starts back to that. Like, if you're 20 years old, right, and you feel 60, well, take yourself back to an infant stage, right? In your head, because we imagine shit all the time. Excuse me, French, but we imagine stuff all the time. So why not redirect your thinking of sewing up really what comes from you, in you, out of you, towards people more constructively? Can you? What's the problem, son? You so antsy? What's up? You okay? What's the problem? You need to touch me or something? I need to pet you? I didn't pet you enough today? I'm sorry. I got here late. See? That's why I like to get interrupted. But sometimes things turn into something else. And into something else and something else. So I started off saying getting out the way. And it wasn't so much getting out the way because I am out the way because I already proclaimed it. So like I said, sometimes you're not supposed to necessarily have to keep saying things over and over. So it's just the closest way for me to say for lowest to highest to understand, I guess. I don't know. So I talk this way sometimes. Anyways, I'm not going to keep explaining that. But some ways, some of my nervousness and releaseness, goodness, not sureness, and the anxiousness of where this will be. I hope it's far. I hope I can. Actually, I don't even hope, because hope was where hope got me here. And so again, no longer do I have to hope, because I know what hope is. It's about being. Because when you be the way He's not even called you what to be or called you to do. If you just are doing you and Him every day in the midst of this life, because really, why would God want to create an earth to be exactly like heaven? I mean, to me. I mean, He's so creative. Why not create another type of heaven or a different type of balance within another heaven? Who says there's only needs to be one heaven? You know, I understand. To me, I understand one being to create my heavenly Father the way I describe and picture in my mind. And it's not even a full picture. It's just the earthly way of saying it, because He knows the true way I say it to Him, but that's the way we have to explain it and break it down to people and for them to understand it, instead of us just knowing what's already what we're speaking of, what we think we were taught instead of what we were given. And not to say necessarily there's anything wrong with being taught or teaching. It's just important that, look at me, whoever else does this kind of thing, opens not the way to be, well, I like the word free. To be free with the tones that go up, down, around, not so good, good, never moving from the purpose of doing this. So, and I feel like so far I've gone so strong because I've done this a couple days now already, and I just feel strong already. So it would be amazing. It is amazing that it will be what it shall be and what it is being. You know, because I don't want this taken away, because all of us are important to me. So in order to take care of me and all of us, I must continually focus on me first, because me first is a bigger broad, I believe. And I think the understanding of even more trying to understand that more about myself in a different light, different depth. Because life is as beautiful and as in sync as that is. So, and to spend time with yourself. If you say, when we go through this journey with me, you'll learn I was very much a loner, and pretty much a lot of my life, even when I had partners, I was pretty much a loner because I was a housebody. And I get pulled out, but it was never what I was supposed to be doing. This is what I was supposed to be in my young, beautiful years. Now I'm in my mid-age, beautiful years. And it's still working, you know. But anyways, it was supposed to be there, but see, I don't even want to say like not even being led right, you know, by birthright or whatever, because my belief is we really do hear everything to go this way or that way from the time we kind of get here. Like how much we want to hear from you, God. Like, I believe we had those conversations. Like, Lord, I don't want to hear much from you this time. Like, I really want to go seek you. And just think, if you just came here, went back, and you're talking to God, and you're like, I want to do it again. What kind of personality would challenge the personality that you got made it through again, in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Or not even in a sense, but could be, you know? Like, it's just important to be lighthearted about yourself. Because you caused a rose to bloom in the desert sand. And this song used to trip me out because one day I was here, it was like 6 years in, I'm like, oh my God, because I used to sing this song all the time. I'm like, oh, you put me in the desert. And roses is one of my favorite things. And we'll get into this too, but the really only grandmother I ever knew was Rose Craig. And the best grandmother, best friend, best listener, best person. I mean, there's still sometimes I even like when I would call her, want to. I'm not gonna say that so much. That was more like when she passed, like the first, I wouldn't even say the whole year, but it happened a couple times where I literally was gonna do that, and I literally wanted to do it, and I was so frustrated. My aunt passed. I know I switched topics, excuse me. My aunt passed. And something just overwhelmed me like before, but I only took bits and pieces, so it wasn't so overwhelming. I don't want to say heavy, but overwhelming. It had a weight to it. But I enjoyed it because God does choose you in things, and when you're really ready and you're awake to it and you're ready to go, when it's there, you know, it's a ball of emotions, it's a ball of things going on within you, and it's beyond the natural, you know. I mean, that was the same night, early in the morning. I was in the shower for 3 hours. And it wasn't even crying, it was another world of release and things I was doing and what was upon me and how I felt. My protection, always how they've always been there, my angels, my whatever you call them, those people that, it's really just people like us, if you think about it, because you're like, I'm gonna come back. I mean, what is any difference than saying that they are that? Why do we trick ourselves like, no, it's only about this level and this is how it actually... Well, why else could we say that? Why else would we say that? Why else can we feel that? Why else people have experienced it? It's time just to accept what's real. You know? And we know because we... half of us experience this and half of us experience that, which makes a whole if we just listen to one another, and we would fit better. Because because we want to know the knowledge, and it's going around, everybody wants to know knowledge, we'll really find the people we're supposed to be, and you won't have to maneuver yourself of calming down or thinking so is not going to be so, or so is going to be there, and so's doesn't even matter, because you're placed. You've been placed. You keep growing in place because you're here. You didn't stop at the little peanut you were inside your mama or inside your daddy, or however you want to describe the thing, or the one crawling on the ground. You're not that. So you are great. Even in your smallest world that you feel. You are great because you're still breathing, you're still walking, there's still that you in you that can scream out, call out, even when heard or unheard from others, that you love him. And no one can take that away from you if that's truly you deep inside, and it just can't be voiced. And certain people have to just understand sometimes people are so buried because they waited so long to find him. Doesn't mean they didn't find him because they don't go out like you or do exactly whatever thing you choose to follow. But that they have fought in their battle, that they're fighting their battle. And there's no one in the world really that can say their battle should stop now just because they got a bit of information. It may take that person their whole life to get through what may not be right. But if that person holds it with a type of understanding and love, then that really still can't hurt nobody, because he'll still find exactly what he needs to so it doesn't harm anybody, because his mind never wants to. Her mind never wants to. She never wants to teach that way. He never wants to teach that way. He can't teach that way. She won't teach that way. It doesn't come from him. So, it's solely up to you on how you think, move, progress, not progress. But I'm telling you, I think about my thinking throughout my life. I thought about this at one time, so I can't be surprised that I'm here. And it was because I was tired. Tired of doing everything for everybody else. But when you learn to flip it around, and you learn that has been you the whole time, just what you do. And if you just stop looking towards another and just keep striving what your bumps are, and know that the conversations in your day are going to flow and fit what actually is going on with you, because you want to fix it and recognize it and get it away from you that's not supposed to be of you, instead of play with it, toy with it, go out at night with it, unknowing what it is, trying to see what the suspense is when the suspense said nope. The suspense that's really you that controls suspense said no already, but you think that's suspense for you, but could either be the wrong path or death. And realize when those circumstances come, and they do, it happens. I always learn how to cover yourself better. And I can't really define that for you, what covering means for you, because covering means so many things to me when I say that. Like, that means armor, that means, separate from my armor is my covering my mind in a certain type of mold and glaze and whatever, and my heart is in a, something soft soft and untouchable, some kind of energy force touchable thing. Well, I can't tell you that. So it's just truly just have those understandings about yourself. Those are your creativity, which gives you the good or the bullshit. Depends on really what you thrive on. And bullshit never really gets you anywhere but to have to relearn shit for no reason over again. When you are greater, your mind is much bigger than. And we can't even blame it on what the world says. Is what you have said to yourself, because there is a point where I believe also God tells us individuals, no matter where we are, that we can get up. Because again, he really doesn't give us that much that we can't bear, but he does give us decision. He does give us choice. Because again, we can't tell after you asked for that journey. When you got here, what were you thinking quietly? How were you giving away quietly? Receiving quietly? What were you developing quietly? What were you trying to put so far in the future quietly that might harm or not harm? But a lot of times we only think that way if someone is teaching us that way. Well, no one has to teach us. Just be quiet within yourself. Give yourself your moments, which are quite a bit. And they could be all the time if that's what we all choose for ourselves. Which is not that difficult. Because it wasn't that difficult for you to be the non-good energy person you can be, or you love to be consistent. So, I think I'm going to stop there because that was a 22-minute one. So, on the new phone, thank you, my Heavenly Father up there, and always supplying my needs, always covering me, giving me what I need. The lovely people you surround me with, that you haven't with, and that you will with, Lord. And I just thank you, I praise you, and you are great. Well, this is King Papas listening. Until next time, you are blessed.